of machine learning. So, so before beginning with the class, I wanted to know what image do you have in your mind? What machine learning is?
Yes, Rahman, you can speak. Varsini, Khush, Anisha.
Machine
Yeah.
learning is that learning that we humans give to the machines for performing specific tasks.
When we enter some specific commands for some to perform some specific things, so they work so that they can work.
Yeah, so anyone else has to say anything?
Yes, good evening. Machine learning is basically the learning that machine learns from us. We give it commands and it do like what we have told to do that particular.
Yeah, so what's your name?
Sorry, sir.
What's your name?
Sir, my name is Bhumika Singh.
Yeah, Bhumi, you are quite right. Anybody else has to say anything? So yeah, my next question is, where do you guys see the use of machine learning in real life?
In factories.
Which kind of factories?
Sir, in big companies.
Oh, like big companies, like could you give examples? Is
Sir,
it?
sir
Sir,
like
industrial.
MNCs. Sir, like MNCs,
Oh,
like Accenture and many more.
oh, so you know about Google, Amazon, like tech companies. Um, so you'll get to know more about machine learning in today's workshop. So moving ahead, so all of you could see a baby here, like you can see, right? He looks very cute actually. And do you know
Yes.
what is he? Do you know what he's doing right now?
Sir, he's trying to walk.
He is
Yeah,
learning to
yeah,
walk.
yeah, yeah.
To walk.
Yeah, you guessed it correctly. So, do you think will the baby learn to walk instantly?
To walk.
No,
No,
sir, he'll take some
So,
time and
no, sir.
Time
It
uh,
right.
takes
consuming.
span of
And
time.
it takes time to learn.
Time to learn it.
he
As it's
won't act. He won't actually. He would commit a lot of mistakes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he
Yes.
would he would fall, he would collide with a table. But do you guys note that once he will collide with a table uh, for the first time, so the next time if he finds a table again in his path, he would change his path. Do you agree with me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Sir, because
yes,
he
sir.
realizes his
Yes,
mistake.
sir. He changes
Yeah,
his way.
sir,
yeah, even
sir is
Sir,
changing
because
his
sir,
form
After
again and again.
experience, after getting experience, uh, he chose the right one after getting experience.
you all guys
The
are really
same
smart.
thing.
Yeah.
The same thing
because
with
he was
machine
not
learning.
that he was hurt by the table once.
Yeah, so this actually shows that humans, once they commit a mistake, they don't repeat it. So similarly is the working of machine learning. Similarly, a machine learns. Okay, so the machines, while learning to do any task, they do a lot of mistakes. Even they also even machines are also not smart. They become smart by learning from their past and mistakes they do, like a baby does, and thus they gives output and they actually become smart. Okay.
Sir,
Huh?
instinctual learning we can also say the learning of the babies when they fall down.
Yeah, yeah. So does anyone has any questions to ask, or should we move forward? So let's move forward. So coming to the next slide. Aditya, could you change the
Sir?
slide? Yes.
Sir, collision matlab sir?
Collision, like when a baby walks, like he finds a table, then like it's like girna, like takra ke girna.
Okay, sir.
Slide back. Could you see a baby here? He actually now, like, he has learned to walk. So could you see his reaction when he finally learns to walk?
Yes,
So
sir.
now
Yes.
he's confident.
Yeah, he's confident. Like, say similar is with the machine. Machines become confident. Then
Sir, he's
machines
now
become-
ready to destroy some things.
so let's move forward. So now, after looking at the example of baby learning to walk, could you predict what machine learning is? Like, now could you?
Machine will become confident the more he learns and will take over the world.
Yeah. Shobit. Huh?
The learning by their past mistakes.
Yeah. So basically, machine learning is making a machine learn from its past. So the main objective of ML is to make a machine understand its past and hence it predict future. So let's look at a picture here. What you could see, there is a human and a machine. So the human says, I can learn everything automatically from experience. Can you learn? Then the machine replies, yes, I can also learn from the past data with the help of machine learning. So now, so now let's see a real life example where we can use machine learning. Okay. So I'll tell you a story. So Vijay is a 26-year-old man who recently started working at a software company at Bangalore. So he stays alone. You could see the picture of Vijay. He stays alone. As he is new to the city, he doesn't have a lot of friends. So he starts his day with an intelligent device, okay, to which he asks questions and he get relevant replies. So could you guess what is this intelligent device from the picture?
Alexa.
Yeah, so you know that it's Alexa. So what Vijay does is Vijay asks Alexa some questions. So Vijay asks Alexa, what is the expected minimum and maximum temperature today? Then the Alexa replies, Vijay, today's minimum temperature is 6 degrees Celsius and maximum is 17 degrees Celsius. Then Vijay again asks a question, what should we have for dinner? And the Alexa replies, you can have a French toast and a coffee as well, as he had it a long time before. So do you guys ever got this question in your mind about how exactly works on the principle of machine learning? So you will get
Sir,
to know.
it works as
Huh?
per the situation of the speaker.
Yeah.
It adjusts itself as as per the situation.
Yeah, you guys are really smart. Like you are getting what I am.
As per the question.
Yes. So you'll get to know the mechanism of Alexa in further slides. Let's move ahead. So after looking at last 3 slides, we got a slight idea of what machine learning is. So now let us define what machine learning is. So machine learning is a way in which we teach computers to learn things by looking at patterns and looking at examples of things. Okay. So could you see a meme here? We have asked what is machine learning. Then then the guy says, I think I see a pattern. So now look at the history over here. Okay. So the first thing is it all started in 1950s. Okay. So it all started in 1950. Do you guys know IBM? Have you ever heard of IBM? This Okay, so IBM developed. It was IBM who developed a computer program that for playing chess games. Okay, then in 1952, it. Do you guys know who's the like founder of machine learning? Does anyone of you know the name who founded machine learning? So if you guys don't know, I would tell. So it was Arthur Samuel. In 1952, he first came up with the phrase machine learning. Okay, so remember the name of the guy, Arthur Samuel. So then again in 1957, Arthur Samuel created perceptron. So you guys might not be knowing what perceptron is at this stage. So perceptron is an algorithm based on supervised learning. You'll get to know what is supervised learning in further slides. My friend Aditya would let you know what is supervised learning. Okay. Then in 1967, it was the beginning of pattern recognition. Like you guys would know what pattern recognition, all these things in further workshops and in further slides. Then in 2006, facial recognition become a reality. So you guys might be knowing now what facial recognition is. Like we have a face lock, the phone recognize your face.
Face ID.
Like yeah, it was like it came in 2006.
Scanning.
So we'll have a workshop on what you'll get to know in upcoming sessions what facial recognition actually is in detail. Okay, you'll enjoy that session.
Yes, sir. And retina recognition also. It recognize our retina of our eyes.
Yeah, you guys know already everything. So moving forward, now my friend Aditya would continue. Okay.
Okay, so this in this slide we will discuss like why machine learning and why we should use machine learning. So like machine learning is used wherever there's a data. In today modern industries, like every sector of industry uses machine learning. Okay, so wherever there is data, there is machine learning. Machine learning is used to analyze and like collect big large data sets. Okay, so why we use machine learning, huh? So machine learning makes our work easier. Okay, it makes machine autonomous. And what we mean by autonomous is that the machine can be like self-sufficient. They do their works by themselves without any human interference, like robots and self-driving cars. And machine learning also helps make software applications smarter. You might have used Instagram filters, and you can see here the Instagram filters. Notice that the filters are only applied to the face of the people, okay, not in the back wall or not in their like other body parts. Okay, so this is how machine learning works. Like it makes your software application smarter rather than being a knife which is being like just coded something and it does it work. And machine learning also like helps in predict weather and profits in a business. Like let's say that Nilesh told you that machine learning learns from its past and from its past data. So what happens in weather reporting, like let's say some few days back, what was the weather? That's the data. At the same day in previous years, what was the data? What was the weather? That's the data. And what's the current climate condition? What's the pollution? And the numerous data there are, they combine them, analyze them, and then they predict today's or futures weather. Similarly, in business, nowadays banks use machine learning to like say like whether we should invest in something or not, and what we should do to gain the maximum profit. So there are the various uses of machine learning. As I said before, like machine learning is used in every industry currently. So yes, this is why we use machine learning. And in the yesterday's lecture, we saw artificial intelligence. So you guys might be wondering like why we should use machine learning. So do you guys have any guesses that why we should use machine learning? Okay, so basically what machine learning does, like it was machine learning came after AI. Okay, so the main function of machine learning is to like the make AI more smarter and like more, we can say, like stronger and faster predictions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, there are many. Sir, there are many machine learning softwares. Sir, one of them is that controls beta gamma rays that reaches the plane to get signals. So, sir, that machine learning controls the whole beta gamma rays. That's why they are not harmful for us till now.
Okay, so yes, that's a good. Really sorry, I am. Now we would further classify machine learning. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but I had a doubt.
Yes, you can speak.
Sir, what's the like basic difference about like between AI and machine learning?
Okay, so basically AI is there to mimic the brain. Okay, basically how a human brain works, that is what AI. And ML doesn't. ML is a bit different. Okay, ML is a subset of AI, and it works on predicting and classifying things. Okay, it's not a. You cannot say that machine learning is a brain. AI is a brain, and machine learning does the work. What basically machine learning does, it makes AI faster and like more, we can say, like more stronger and powerful. That's the use of basically machine learning. It helps AI learn. Okay, basically AI is a brain and machine learning is the subcategory of AI. So does anyone has any further doubts?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
Sir, can we say that machine learning develops AI?
Machine learning develops AI. Yes, we can say some sort of, like there are basically machine learning where neural networks are used. This is a bit of like, you can say advanced concept, but that's machine learning. We create neural networks and that neural networks are further used to like create AI. So yeah, you can say that somewhat of AI are like constructed from machine learning also.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
So what is IBM?
IBM, okay. IBM is a basically it's a company, okay. And IBM was the very old. It's a very old company, and they were the first ones to invent computer and computer programs. Okay, you might Google search it, like IBM's like has a good history in computers. Okay, they were the first to like work in the field of machine learning and AI also.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes,
As
yes.
you said that AI is like our brain. So
Mhm.
our brain works on the basis of a data of a previous data. So does it mean that ML is a part of AI?
Yes, yes, I said before, no, ML is a subset of AI. Subset basically means that ML is a part of AI. AI is a bigger picture, and ML is a like it's basically a subcategory of AI. Okay. Did you get my point? ML is part of AI.
So does not like AI does not require any experience.
AI or ML?
What? Speak one by one.
So that AI does not require any experience.
AI does require experience. What? Okay, so AI does require experience. So
what is autonomous? Can you explain it?
Oh, autonomous. Autonomous basically means doing work automatically. Okay, so as I said, like machines are becoming autonomous. Let's say you have seen a Silai machine, a sewing machine. Okay, so you might have seen tailor like spinning the wheel hair side and like adjusting the cloth hair side. That is what the machine is also working, but with the interference of human. Human is spinning a wheel. He is like paddling at the bottom. This is not autonomous. Okay, the machine is not doing the work in automatically. But imagine a sewing machine where human just put the cloth and it comes like sewed automatically. That's what an autonomous is. Example, Tesla cars. Do you know what Tesla cars are?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tesla cars are
Yes.
self-driven. They don't require driver. Okay,
Sir,
they
they
drive
work
themselves.
on the.
Okay, so that's where machine learning is. Okay, now here we would classify further machine learning, and machine learning is further classified into 3 different categories. And you don't need to be afraid by seeing such a big diagram. Okay, like we won't be discussing reinforcement learning here. It's a bit on the tougher side. We would be just discussing supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And the supervised learning is further classified into classification algorithm and regression algorithm. The unsupervised learning are classified into dimensionality reduction and clustering algorithm. Okay, this is what you should note till now. And the things you are seeing here in the black fonts are just the examples of these algorithm. Okay,
सर
like yes.
हाँ सर, मुझे सर एक चीज पूछनी थी सर, मशीन लर्निंग सर वो कौन कौन से उसमें काम आता है सर?
I said before, na, like machine learning, okay, we would see real life examples later, but I could say in short, like basically every industry is using machine learning. Okay, the banks, weather reporting, software apps, and robots and self-driven cars. Like there are many uses of machine learning. Okay, I have discussed in
Okay,
further
sir.
slide. In the previous slides, I have discussed it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. And now we move further, and now we will be learning
Sir, I
supervised
have a
machine.
doubt.
Yes.
Sir, what is robot navigations?
Robot navigations. Okay. So, like when you have seen, you might not have seen a robot, like, but you must know that robots basically move without any human commands. Okay. You would not always command like robot, you go right, you go left. Okay. Are you understanding now? So that robots identify themselves. Should I go right? Let's say there's a robot is moving straight and there's a water in front of it. Okay. And so the robot would decide that I would not go straight. I would take a turn. So here we are, and we would be learning supervised machine learning algorithms here. Okay. And supervised machine learning is a subcategory of machine learning. And as the name states, supervised learning involves machine learning algorithms that can learn under the presence of a supervisor. And what does it mean? Like whenever we like train machine learning algorithm in supervised machine learning, the human involves in training of the machine. And here you can see, if my cursor is visible, here's the label data and the labels. Okay, in label data you can see there are hexagons, squares, and triangles. Triangles are 3-sided figures, squares are 4-sided figures, and hexagons are 6-sided figures. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay. So now, like, we humans know what a triangle is, what a square is, and what a hexagon is, but the machine doesn't know. Okay. So what we do, we provide labels to machine. And what are labels? You can see in the green box below hexagon, we have written hexagon. Below triangle, we have written triangle, and below square, we have written square. Okay. So machine doesn't know what a 4-sided figure is called. Machine doesn't know what a 3-sided figure is called. So we humans first provide the machine that what figure is called what, and then we train it. Okay. And then after the training, we again give it the data. Okay. And this time we don't label him. As you can see, we have written nothing here, not triangle, not square. We have just given it a 4-sided figure and a 3-sided figure. Okay. And now after giving it, the machine automatically tell us that this is square and this is triangle. Okay. So this is how supervised machine learning works. First, we provide data, and the data has labels in it. We say it like this is hexagon, this is triangle, this is square. The machine learns from it, and then we provide the figures, but this time we don't tell them what figure what is, and this machine automatically outputs what figure what is. So anyone has doubt in this? in understanding supervised learning?
Yes, Dipanjali Karan Das, you can ask. And only raise hand if you have doubts.
Sir,
Yes, ask. You can ask me.
sir, the hexagon square, I have not understand that one.
Okay, so you don't understand the figures. Like this is called a triangle. You understand, right? No? The three-sided figure is a triangle.
Yes, sir.
And hexagon. So what did you understand? Like, okay, let me tell you again. This is a data. Okay. Now, did you understand this? These are the datas.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And here at the bottom, you can see labels.
Yes, sir.
So the machine doesn't know what a square is. Okay. This four-sided figure is a square, right? You know it, but the machine doesn't know it. So we tell machine this four-sided figure is square. Okay. Did you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we. Yes.
Sir, what is supervised machine?
I'm explaining it, right? Okay. Listen carefully. I'm explaining it. You might have joined late. This is supervised machine learning. I'm explaining it. What is supervised machine learning? Okay. So we told machine what a four-sided figure is. Okay. Now we trained the machine. The machine learned. Now we again showed the machine the figures. Okay, but this time we didn't tell it what is a triangle and what is a square. So now everyone got it till here, right? सबको समझ आया यहाँ तक?
हाँ सर.
हाँ, यहाँ तक समझ आ गया.
Yes, sir. Yes,
तो
sir.
अभी हमने मशीन को हमने पहले सिखा दिया what a square and what a triangle is. जब मशीन ट्रेन हो गया, when machine learned, now this time we don't tell it what a triangle and what a square it. We just give it the figure, okay? And after seeing the figure, the machine automatically tell us what a square is and what a triangle is. The four-sided figure is a square and the three-sided figure is a triangle. So you guys understand it right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
So you can see it.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
is machine can be waterproof?
Like that depends. That's not what we're learning here. We're learning machine learning. We are not learning whether a machine is waterproof. Okay. So let me explain this slide. Here the human told this robot what an apple is. Okay. He showed him two images of apple, and then he told him, okay, this is an apple. And then the human disappeared. When the human disappeared, an apple came in front of the robot, and the robot thinked, and it saw from its past data and then predicted that it's an apple. This is how a supervised machine learning works, as we discussed previous. So did you guys had any further doubts till now regarding supervised learning?
Excuse me, sir.
Not yet.
Yes.
No, sir.
Sir, जो आपने sir, the concept which you had clear us now, please can you repeat it?
Okay, I would be repeating like only once, like listen carefully, like this is a short, like it will become a too long session. Okay, so
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sir, not this, the concept of apple and robot.
Okay, cool. So what happened in this image? Okay, let this let be over. This man showed the robot two images of apple, two different images of apple, and the man also told that this is an apple. Okay, and the third time the man disappeared, and an apple appeared in front of the robot, but this time no one was there to tell the robot that that was an apple. Okay, so the robot by itself told us that this is an apple. And how did it told that? Because the man had told him before and showed him before the two images of apple. That's how the robot understood that what's an apple is. Okay. So now here we'll be learning another real life example of supervised learning. So do you guys use Gmail and Outlook?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. So you would be you are also guys reading mails and receiving mails, right? No?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So do you guys know there's a spam folder in Gmail or a junk folder?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So there's a spam and a junk folder in Gmail or apps like Gmail and Outlook, where the fraud or advertisement, promotional emails which are being stored there. So the fraud, promotional, advertisement emails, these are known as spam emails. Okay. So what these apps like Gmail and Outlook do, they whenever you receive the mails, they sort your mails and the important ones are showed in your main feed at the Gmail. Okay, and those which are spam are sent to the spam folder. So more than 300 billion emails are sent every day, and at least half of them are spam. Okay, so did you guys इतना तो समझ आ गया ना सबको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हाँ. So
You
now
can react
what?
also. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please repeat it?
हाँ. So you use Gmail, right? Gmail apps. In Gmail apps, there's a folder known as spam folder. And in that spam folder, there are also emails. But that emails are no use of us. Why? Because that email contain advertisement. That email might contain dangerous links. That email might contain things like they would ask for the personal details, which are dangerous emails. You might not want them. Okay. So what the app like Gmail do, they automatically collect those emails and send it to the spam folder or the junk folder. Okay. So now how does it work? We would see like how does it work? So whenever you receive an email at Gmail, there's an option to basically mark it as a spam. Okay, there's an option at Gmail to mark your mails as a spam. So whenever you receive an email which is a fraud or an advertisement, you can mark it as a spam. Okay, so when you mark it as a spam, the Google, the developer of Gmail, the company Google gets your data. Okay, and it understands that okay, these type of mails are spam and unnecessarily. So the next time you again receive that type of mail, that doesn't show it on your feed and is automatically sent to the spam box. Okay. So did you guys understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So in this figure, you can see like the spam and these normal emails are here. And this is a classifier algorithm. And this algorithm gives these gray emails, which are like the important ones to your inbox, and the advertisement and fraud emails to the spam folder. Okay. So this is
Excuse me,
how
sir.
spam. Yes.
Sir, means in email fraud link can come. That's why Gmail from that Gmail protect us.
Yes. There might be dangerous links in emails which if you click, it might get virus in your phones and laptop or computer. Okay, so you don't want that emails, right?
So what work Gmail does?
What Gmail does is Gmail uses machine learning, especially supervised machine learning, so that your spam emails are not sent to you. Okay, so the apps in Gmail use that machine learning so that you don't get spam emails. Did you understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, cool. We would be moving further. Yeah. So you might be, so now there's another question, like what if there are no labels in a data set? Till now हमने देखा डेटा में लेबल था कि नहीं डेटा में लेबल? You could say yes. But what if we get a data जहाँ पे label ही नहीं है? The data where there's no label.
So may I
Yes,
take?
yes. Uh-huh.
Sir, if the data do not have labels, so that ML will not be able to recognize that it is an important thing or an irrelevant thing. So
Now we would be studying.
confusion.
Yes, now we will be studying that. Now what happen if that is? If there are no labels in data set, then we use unsupervised machine learning, as you can see in this picture. Yes, someone was asking.
Yes, sir. The Gmail can make mistake in putting the normal Gmails in spam folder.
Yes, Gmail is not 100% accurate, but it would be 99% accurate. Okay, there might be a very few chance where it mistakes. Okay. So now moving further, we would be studying unsupervised machine learning. So what makes unsupervised different from supervised? In unsupervised, we don't have labels to data. You can see in the left side the images of cats and dogs. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
yes, in the left side there is not written cat and dog in front of any image. Okay, in the left side. So how does the machine know cat kya hai or dog kya hai? Okay, so what in unsupervised machine learning does, it sees all those images of cats and dogs and then it differentiates between them. मशीन देखता है कि कैट में ऐसा क्या डिफरेंस है और डॉग में ऐसा क्या डिफरेंस है. It sees the difference between the dogs and cats and then groups dogs in one group and cat images in one group. As you can see on the right side, at the top it grouped the dog images and at the bottom it grouped cat images. Okay. So can anyone tell me what you can differentiate between a dog and a cat by looking it? Dog और cat में क्या difference होता है?
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yes, yes.
Sir, they have different shaped ears.
Yes, and anything more you can, like, there are many differences between them.
They have different characteristics.
Sir, eyes.
Yes, their eyes are different. Anything more you can
their
think of?
voice are different.
Different
What?
appearance.
The dog is not good and cat is good.
Sir,
So like, yes, yes, the tails.
the voice.
So there are many things which different from cats and dogs, है ना? बहुत सारे चीजें different है. So machine यही देखता है. As someone said, eyes and ears. The machine also sees that. Machine sees that cats have different eyes and dogs have different eyes. So it separates them. Okay, you can see. Yes, yes.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. How does a robot know that the animals are called dogs and the other animal is called cat?
You can see, like it differentiates. I'm saying, like it sees all the images, okay, and then it sees like, okay, cats have different eyes. Okay, some animals have different eyes than others. So it collects them into two different groups. You can see here. That's how he knows what's a cat and what's a dog. Any more doubt anyone has here?
No, sir.
Yeah, I want to add a point. The machine is differentiating these two groups. It is not telling you that, okay, this group is a dog. That info we have to feed it. But what the machine is doing is, it is differentiating dogs and cats. It is differentiating two type of images. As you can see, it is clustering those images.
Sir, we have to after encourage teach the robot that it is dog, that one is cat, then it will understand.
हाँ, वो तब आप टीच करोगे जब आपके पास डेटा में लेबल होगा. ओके, व्हेन यू हैव लेबल्स इन डेटा, देन यू कैन टीच इट. But what if you don't have labels in data? Okay. If you don't have, then you will use unsupervised learning, where the machine would learn by itself. Did you understand it?
Sir.
Means
Sir,
every
but we would
machine
have provided.
One by
Sir,
one.
Sir, but we have.
so the
Let's
main
see.
means supervised and unsupervised machine learning is only the labels provided. Means sir, supervised machine we have to teach the supervised machine, and we won't have to teach the unsupervised machine.
Correct. You saw it correct. In supervised, human teach them while providing labels, and in unsupervised, we don't provide labels. The machine learns from itself. Okay, you concluded correctly.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, like you told in supervised learning, a human tells that this is an apple, so the machine recognizes it the next time. This is for machine learning.
Yes, correct.
But the apples are not of the same size. Apples vary. So how does the machine know that these are similar?
Okay. Let's say you have two different apples with you. Okay, and that apple might not look exactly the same, but you can tell that the apple look 90% the same. Okay. Like the one apple is circle and one apple is not a shape of banana. Okay, both of them are circle, both of them are red, and something like the features are mostly the same. So you can say like 90% of the apple looks similar. So that's how machine predicts.
But there are other fruits also that are circle and red. Then how does it identify them?
Okay, so that's become like in further machine learning that it involves a lot of maths. Okay, and it would get a little tougher to you. Like there are pixel in images. Okay, so the machine compares the pixels of images. It gets into very detail of the pictures, and that's how it identifies. It might get a bit tougher for you that it's an introductory lecture. So yes, you can understand by it.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, like the apple that the machine was testing was green in color, and that man that told was red in color. So the machine has capability to recognize some different colors also.
Yes, yes. The color might be different in that, okay. But like there might be many features similar to it. Like there would be like many features the machine would categorize and would be like similar to it. Also, like in that image, it would be the human just showed him two pictures, but in real life we don't. We show it millions of pictures. Did you get it? And in millions of pictures, there might be green apples also.
Yes, sir. Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
So now we will be moving further. In previous slide, we saw that the machine was differentiating between dogs and cats. But now let's get more difficult to the machine. Here you can see 12 different breeds of dogs. Okay, so the machine in unsupervised machine learning, the machine can also differentiate. Yes.
Hello, sir. Sir, I have one doubt. Sir, in Gmail, in spam detection, we have to teach the machine the detection of spam.
Yes.
Messages.
Yes. The data, the label data comes from you only. Whenever you receive unnecessarily mail in your main inbox, you mark it as a spam. Okay, that's how you teach machine that okay, this is a spam. So the teachers of Gmail are the users only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now here we can see, yes, 12 different breeds of dogs. The unsupervised machine learning is even capable of classifying these also. So now what we would do, we would take all these images, mix it, and would give it to a machine. Okay, now you can see in the left side, we have all the dots. The dots represent the images of dogs. Okay, and all dots are blue, which means that we didn't tell machine that which dog is of which breed. Okay, so what machine would do, machine would like see each and every images and would differentiate from it. You can see here Afghan hound and beagle. So can anyone tell what's the different thing you can see between an Afghan hound and a beagle by seeing this image? Am I audible, right?
Yes, yes. So
Sir, like the
Sir, the
Afghan
basic
hound has more
Afghan
hair
hound, the snout
compared
is
to the
longer than the
beagle.
beagle.
sir,
Sir,
the
sir,
difference is between
Afghan
height.
hound has more hairs and
Sir,
beagle has less
Afghan
hairs.
Yes,
has
And
more
it's
Sir,
sir.
there is
and
also
sir,
difference
Afghan
between skin
hound
and
has
height.
big ears
Ha
and
ha ha.
beagle has
Sir,
small ears.
Afghan is
Here,
furry dog.
it
Afghan
Ha ha
has
ha ha.
no
Okay.
Afghan has
Afghan
skinny,
dog has a
hairy.
little hairs
Yes,
and
yes, yes. I got you. I got you. So this is how you, from yourself, you differentiate between these breeds. So similarly, how did you differentiate now? Machine also does the same. Machine would also see that Afghan or bigger dogs have longer hair, beagles are smaller, they have brown and white skin, they have little fur. You can see papillion here on the right side. Papillion are even smaller but have a lots of fur. So this is how machine would differentiate and would group them and classify here. In this right side, you can see the machine has now classified papillion into yellow, beagle into blue, and Afghan hound into red. Okay, by seeing their different characteristics. So does anyone have any further doubt in unsupervised learning?
no, sir.
Okay, cool. So we would be moving further.
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
I have
yes.
a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, can you tell the full form of AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Sir, I
Okay,
have a
sir.
doubt in, sir, supervised and unsupervised. Sir, you
Huh.
told in supervised learning we have to tell the machine, means sir, we have to give the data to the machine. This thing is called an apple. It's look like this. And sir, as you told in unsupervised machine, we don't have to tell him this is an apple. It automatically recognizes it. So from where does the unsupervised machine is getting the data that this thing is called a apple? It's look like this.
Unsupervised is not getting, unsupervised is getting the data, but it's not getting the labels. Okay, no one tells unsupervised what is an apple. Unsupervised learns from itself. Okay, by seeing different images of apples.
Sir, what is the difference
Okay,
between
means
supervised
it
and
compare the
unsupervised
different
learning?
images.
Sir, firstly, do we give it data about the different names of different category of dogs? Then afterward, does it then it differentiate?
In supervised, we give labels. Okay,
Aditya,
okay.
just a second. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So let me
Yes, sir.
classify that for you. So there are different algorithms. So one is based upon linking a kind with another. So once we are talking about supervised machine learning, we are trying to make a machine learn characteristics of a specific kind. So for example, in this category, if we are seeing it's an Afghan hound by a label. So there is a label which is telling that it's an Afghan hound. Then the machine learning algorithm is learning the features specific to an Afghan hound. And if we find that in an image, it says it's an Afghan hound. But once we come to unsupervised learning, it is not that it is learning characteristics about a specific agenda. It is trying to understand the similarity between those images. So there are two images. It doesn't know which category it is, but it looks similar. So they must have come from a same breed. So in unsupervised learning, we do not tell it what breed it is, but we ask it to group similar breeds together. So the unsupervised learning algorithm does not know whether it's called a beagle, whether it's called an Afghan hound, or whether it's from some other class. It just knows all these come from a similar class because they look similar. So in unsupervised learning, it cannot tell which class it is. So it cannot tell whether we call this an apple, whether we call this a mango, or whether we call this a banana. It just tells that all these look similar, so they must be the same fruit. So that is the difference between classified and unclassified, or supervised or unsupervised.
Okay, so now we would be moving further and we would be learning another model which is known as recommendation model. Recommendation model tries to learn a user profile and suggest ideas, products based on that profile. So the question is like, where do we see recommendation models and how do they work? So the recommendation models are basically seen in e-commerce website, OTT platforms, and music apps. In e-commerce like Amazon, Flipkart, they use recommendation models. OTT platforms like Amazon Prime, Netflix, they use recommendation models. And music apps like Spotify, Ghana, and Savan, that type of apps use like recommendation model. So how does recommendation model works? Let me explain you. Imagine a situation and where you are in India. Let's say a guy in India is watching likes romantic movies, okay, and a girl in Australia also likes romantic movies. Both of these people have watched three romantic movies, okay, on Netflix, and both of them have watched the same three romantic movies on Netflix. Now, the girl in Australia has also watched a fourth romantic movie on Netflix, which the guy in India has not watched. So what Netflix would do? Netflix would see that both the guy and the girl have similar taste, have watched the same movies, and also the girl has watched a new movie, and this guy has not in India has not watched this movie. So let's recommend this guy in India the movie that the girl has watched. As you can see in this figure, the upper movie both of them has watched, and the bottom movie only this girl has watched, and that guy hasn't watched. So Netflix recommends it to them. Similarly, it works for music app also, like Spotify and Ghana. They also use similarly they recommend you musics, and e-commerce website like Flipkart, Amazon. They also similarly recommend things based on your location, where do you live, what kind of things you buy, what kind of things your friends buy, something like that. Okay. Now here's the total conclusion of the supervised and unsupervised learning. What we learned, what was the major difference between supervised and unsupervised was that supervised used labels while learning the data, like learning, and unsupervised hadn't labels. Okay, you can see supervised machines tells train me, and unsupervised tells I am self-sufficient in learning. So now Nilesh would be taking the presentation further.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, in recommendation model, so sir, it is based on public reviews. So if a picture has positive reviews, so the another user will get recommendation of that picture only.
No, it doesn't work like that. Let's say you liked an horror movie, okay, and you marked it at 5 star, and I like comedy movies, okay. Even if you marked an horror story 5 star, Netflix might not recommend me that. Why? Because I like comedy movies. Netflix would recommend me comedies movie which are rated 5 stars. Okay, so it doesn't directly works on user ratings.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, the Amazon that website also works like this. Like if like a person buys something, so it recommends us to buy that particular thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So the power of recognizing, memorizing, and differentiating between things is only termed as machine learning. Is this correct?
Can you repeat?
So the power of recognizing, memorizing, and differentiating between the things is only termed as machine learning. Is this correct?
This is what machine learning does. Okay, it remembers things. It it learns from its past data and it differentiate and classifies different things. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Mhm. So Nilesh, if you could present further.
So like most of you had this question in your mind now. So where does we see application of machine learning in current world? So now
Yes,
let's
sir.
look at the application of machine learning. Okay. So moving forward. So do you guys know why people today prefer purchasing online nowadays rather than going to the physical store? Is price the only reason? Are discount the only reason?
No, sir.
No, sir, we find every
Because
category we
Sir,
want. And
sir, this is because, sir, we have to not go out for any
as a safety point of
information.
Like
So we can only check the
Sir, we
review
don't
and
have
review of
to
that product, and
buy
we
it.
can buy that.
We have ordered that
It's
online
delivered
only.
at our home in our comfort of our house.
Sir, and
okay.
it is also time less time
We
consuming.
get more variety in online.
Yes,
So
sir. So the prices are also cheaper a bit.
so
And
Bhumika,
we
did you
have to
remember you? Bhumika, did you remember you said that Amazon even works on a model based on recommendation system?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you said no. So I think recommendation system is the one that is making the difference. So suppose if you go to a physical store, the first problem is that the shopkeeper doesn't know what are your likes and dislikes, what your taste is, and it also becomes harder for you to explain what are your likes and what kind of product do you like. Okay, but within 2 to 3 times use of e-commerce site, it understands your taste. It automatically starts showing the things you like, so it becomes easier for you to purchase. It also starts recommending you the brands that you often purchase and buy products from. So now I'll share you a story about myself. So I stay in a hostel. So do you guys know what Zomato is like?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, it is a
Yes,
online
sir.
food.
Sir, it is an
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
online
it is an online food retail system,
Mm, great. So
and we
you
can,
all know what
sir, we
Zomato
can
is.
order food
Yeah.
from that website.
Yeah, so I stay in a hostel. So sometimes I don't eat my hostel food as they don't taste good. So sometimes I order food online from Zomato, and I as I'm a student like you, I have a limited money to spend. So the cheapest and the safest option that I have is biryani. So just after two or three purchase from Zomato, now it automatically knows that I eat biryani and it automatically recommends me biryani, and hence it makes it easier for me to purchase. And it also knows that the name of the restaurant from where I love to eat from. Okay, so moving forward, I know that all of you like love to watch movie. So do you guys ever watched any movies in Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In
Yes,
Amazon.
sir. Yes, sir.
So you're familiar with it. So as you also know that Netflix and Prime Videos work on recommendation system, which my friend Aditya has already explained to you.
Yes, sir.
So,
yes, sir.
do you know
sir.
the do you know the advantage and disadvantage of recommendation model that YouTube, Insta Reels, Netflix, and Prime Video has? So I'll tell you that. So the best part of recommendation system is that it makes it easier for us to find things on YouTube and in Netflix. And the worst part is that it makes it very addictive. For example, if you like Akshay Kumar, after completing just one movie of Akshay Kumar, what these platforms will do is that these platforms will automatically suggest you to watch another movie of Akshay Kumar, and it would attract you to spend some more time on YouTube, and you won't go to study. I know, like, have you like if you could relate to this, give a thumbs up. Like, if you could relate to this thing, like you might be watching some cartoon stuffs, and immediately after completing that video you'll get another, like they'll suggest you that to watch another relatable content, and you'll like get busy in watching the content and you won't go to study. So that's the disadvantage of recommendation system. It makes addictive, and they earn from it. So like here is a meme, like me watches a video, then the recommendation system says do it again, do it again. Could you relate to this?
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So moving forward, have you ever watched any movies related to FBI or RAW or spy
Yes,
related
sir.
movie?
Yes. Yes, sir.
sir.
So
Yes.
so even these intelligence agencies across the globes are adopting AI and ML, and AI and that helps them to prevent crime and neutralize threats. Now this question would arrive in your mind, now that how does ML help such agencies in catching criminals?
Yes,
So,
sir.
so here, could you see a picture that there is a railway platform and there is some green mark over a person, then there is a yellow mark over the person. So, do you guys
Yes,
know
sir.
what machine learning is doing there? So
Sir,
basically,
it's recognizing.
Sir, it's detecting.
Sir,
it's
it's
detecting.
recognizing.
Uh, the ML is
In between.
basically ML is basically trying to recognize whether the that railway platform is crowded or not. Okay, because if the platform is crowded, then obviously there is a greater chance of thefts and robberies there, no? And if the place is crowded, the police department can go there and have a stroll there. So, and it also identifies if there are any abandoned packages or luggages, like it might happen, like you might have seen in movies that terrorists come
It
and
might
they
have bombs and
yeah, in a bag, they keep a bomb in the platform, and yeah, so ML helps in identifying that. Moving
Sir,
forward, huh?
it gives warning or what?
Warning, not yeah, no, not kind of warning, like we get the idea that this the bag is kept there for a long time, no one has took it from there, like. So moving ahead, like such agencies are also use facial recognition system to catch criminals and to identify criminals. But there is a drawback to it. Do you guys want to know what is that drawback? So
Yes.
its drawback is that it has a high chance to catch people with dark complexion. Suppose if a person is a black complexion, like you can see that second guy is quite dark. So, so machine learning has high chance to catch people with dark complexion, and it has less chance to catch people with white complexion. The white guy you could see there, the first guy. So it might happen that an innocent black person might get identified as a criminal, and a criminal white guy might escape. So like this is really bad. So this is the ugly like form like
So
facial
what is the
recognition.
reason for that?
Huh?
Sir, what's the reason that
So what
only
is the
black
reason
can
for
be
that?
like?
Like I don't know like what's happening there, like why it's identified black, but it
Sir,
is more like
Like the people at these big companies like Microsoft, like Amazon, they are still working on this kind of thing. Okay, like the machine is automatically identifying as blacks as criminals and whites as innocent. Okay, so they are
like
still working on that. Like we also can't tell you like how the machine is
uh,
going wrong, or else we would be the one to fix it. Okay.
like I explained you the case of baby, like baby does lots of mistake till he learns to walk. So
People think
similarly this
people are
recognition
sir
system,
means
huh?
Sir,
sir,
people think
sir
as
means
black
it
people
will
are inferior.
automatically do this, or we have to do it with our.
No,
It will do
we
So the
automatically.
reason behind this that this happens is so technically is because of data. So as he was telling, machine learning is about machine learning from its past experiences. So we training the machine and telling it and giving it the images so that it can identify. So most of the people who are doing this work are the people that are white. Most of the images that we have, highly qualified, or you could say resolution with nice quality pictures, are a white people. So since you have more data in the white background, the machine gets better in the white environment. But there is not much data when it comes to black high quality images. So machines are bad when it comes to black images. So there is a revolution in USA. You can read about it. It's called AI and ethics. So there is a TED talk about it as well, where people are talking about generating equalized data sets. So giving equal weightage to people in Africa or black communities so that they are also fair. Otherwise, imagine a system where black people are getting convicted even when they didn't do a crime. So this is because of the data lag that we have. So most of the data sets that we have set are being changed and more inclusive of the community. So in future, there is a lot of scope in case you want to work on AI and ethics.
Excuse me, sir.
We have to only put the photo and it will automatically clear the face of the person.
No, it's not that. So this is a task of computer vision. So we will talk it about in the next computer vision part. So you have to wait till computer vision comes.
The
Sir,
people,
like-
the computer also learns from the person, and most of the people think that black people are inferior.
Okay, so the reason behind this is not that it's something that the algorithm learned by itself. So it's not true, but the algorithm is doing it.
So like in China, there is a system in which they actually seize the picture of the person by the security cameras, and they have a social credit system which was recently implemented. So do they have the entire database of the entire population in order to actually determine who is who doing the crime, or how do they know who is actually the person?
Okay, so this is again a very advanced algorithm set. So basically, generally on the crime scenes, you have cameras installed, you have identification of people where you want to do at certain scenarios. So, for example, if I am being convicted of a murder, but I say I was at this particular platform. So, if there is a camera installed and the camera can identify me, it can promote that, okay, this person was there, so he cannot commit that crime. But because the algorithms are bad at black people, it cannot do it. So the statements of those people to not commit a felony does not hold a stance. So that is why these algorithms are bad. So how we train them is also on similar environment. So for a particular community generally, so for example, in India, we have Aadhaar cards, which are based with our thumb imprint. So there are systems that you could directly print with facial recognition. There are also in front of police cars where you have cameras in place that you could use for number plates. So there are different systems that are installed across different parts of the country. Of the world, there are different.
सर उगली क्या होता है सर?
Okay, ugly is kind of a representation of blurry. So here the ugly facial recognition system means the biased recommendation system. So you could see it kind of a bias. So to impart out that biasness कि वो थोड़ा सा गलत है, एक कलर के people के तरफ झुका हुआ है, to term that we have called it ugly.
मतलब सर लेफ्ट वाला मतलब सही और राइट वाला मतलब वो वैसा गलत दिखा रहा है.
या लेफ्ट के केस में करेक्ट आइडेंटिफाई हो रहा है, राइट वाले के केस में गलत हो रहा है. तो इवन इफ इट्स अ मेल इमेज, वो हम फीमेल आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हैं, फीमेल है तो मेल आइडेंटिफाई कर रहे हैं. यू कुड सी कि बहुत डिफरेंसेस है. सो दैट इज व्हाट इट इज बीइंग सोल्ड.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
So what is AWS?
Okay, AWS, these are different techniques to identify images. So I think we can take more questions at the end. First, we can go ahead. So you can write down your question somewhere, and at the end, we'll take more questions. Okay, Aditya, you can continue.
So now let's coming to the healthcare industry. You guys might be knowing about what Apple Watches are. So Apple Watches basically are giving a ECG report to other gadgets that test your blood sugar level, your eruptive heart rates. Aditya.
Sir, how much time is this meeting for?
Like it would be ending like soon, like maybe 15 minutes. So Apple Watches like gives an ECG report to other gadgets that test your blood sugar level, your adaptive heart rates. And I have even heard that Apple Watches even predict and alerts you that your health won't be good in future based on your present and your past health reports. So machine learning is basically helping to detect diseases at early stage and are providing personalized treatments. So like now let us look at the top 5 languages that are used for machine learning. The first is Python, which is very famous. I think some of you might have heard about it. And we have R programming, we have Java. Like I guess you might have also heard about Java, like, and Julia and Scala. So Python, if you want to start with, Python is one of the most widely used and it is easiest programming languages in the world, and it is best for the beginners. So like your most majority of you people are from grade 7 to 10. So I guess you might not be familiar with it, but if you come to 11th or 12th grade, you might have Python or Java in your course if you're from CBSE. And so moving forward, you could see a meme there. I used to code with Python, but I quit after the first time it bit me. If you find it funny, give a react a smiling face. Let's look at the careers that we have in machine learning. The first is data scientist. So as you all know that all organizations are collecting large amounts of data every year. For example, Google, Amazon have a lot of info about the users, like they have info about you. So these informations are either given by us to the companies or gathered by companies during our usage of their website or apps. So for understanding those data and using those data for better output for the company and also for providing comfort to the customers, we need data analysis. And for data analysis, we need data scientists. Data at present, data scientists are in high demand across a number of sectors. And the next we have is machine learning engineers. There is a saying that at present, 100% of any company's future success depends on adopting machine learning. And for adopting machine learning, obviously we would need machine learning engineers. And for companies to be successful, then they need to anticipate what customers want, and machine learning is really essential for that. Moving forward, we have computer vision. So basically the purpose of computer vision engineer is to help computers see through use of machine learning. So we have a session on world computer vision, which is planned. So in that session, you'll get to know what machine learning is, like computer vision is. So here the C means it helps computer to recognize face. You'll come to know what machine learning is in upcoming sessions. So next we have is data engineer. Data engineer is the one who makes data science more productive. Like if there was no such field as data engineer, the like companies would spend more time like preparing like doing data analysis to solve complex business problems. Like it makes like data analysis faster. So data engineer is the one who makes data analysis faster, that helps them to solve complex business problems. So like now let's look at the future of ML jobs in India in the next slide. So like now you would be like भैया इतना कुछ बता दिया ML के बारे में, अब मतलब इसका कुछ यूज है कि नहीं, मतलब इंडिया में, मतलब ये सब तो बाहर में होता है, इंडिया में तो होता ही नहीं है. लेकिन like here you could see like there are many companies such as Oracle, Robert Bosch, Eagleview, who has started investing in India. Like now mostly most of you are in between 7 to 10th grade. So like when you would like be in your undergrad level or you would be graduating, I guess it would be more, the situation would be more better of for ML jobs. Like things would be more developed then. So you guys have a really like great career. Like if you want to have a career, you could freely go. There is a high like chance. So So that was the end of the slides of today's session. Thank you. Now, if you have any doubts, you can ask now. Any general doubts?
Yeah, like we can take doubts one by one, but one by one. So only raise your hands if you have doubts.
Sir, may I ask?
Yeah, Preetham, go ahead.
Sir, what is the difference between deep learning and the machine learning?
Okay, this is a very repetitive question. Machine learning is just a machine learning from past experiences. However, deep learning means high networked classification algorithms. In simple terms, it is an extension of machine learning where we use bigger technologies. So deep learning is taken inspiration from human brain. So it's a system where we try to replicate the version of human brain. So we have networks which are one after another, where the second network learns more from the first network. So we'll talk about neural nets, which are a component of deep learning in the computer vision workshop. So you'll know about them there. So probably by then you would be more clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Pratik Viswas.
Yes, sir. Are the codes in machine learning very extremely different in making apps and games? Like in
machine learning code.
programming languages? Any
Yeah,
particular?
the programming language is also different and the programming is also different. So it's very difficult if you want to try everything. Because you won't be able to go ahead and learn a lot in each of the fields. So probably you can start with both, have exposure in both, but then once you go deep into one, you can choose one.
Okay, sir.